What is up, everybody? Welcome to Surviving Rocklahoma, the official podcast of Rocklahoma. I am your host with formerly known as the Locks That Rocks, but you know what? We'll come up with another one, and I have got my trusty new hat in, and how are you all doing? I am so glad to be back this week, as we took off last week due to some conflicting issues that just got in the way, and we weren't able to pull off the live stream. But we are here this week, and we are so glad to be joined by all of you guys. I see you in the comments. I see Kay Johnson. What is up? Chris Pagliolo. Chris, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. Pagliolo. Good evening, y'all. Cheers to another week closer to the homeland. Yes, sir. I see Breezy Care. What is up, Carrie? Breezy Carrie Louise. That's a new name in the chat, and we are glad to see it. You know, we had an amazing time over the last couple of weeks, and we are going to discuss those here a little bit later in the show, including our first festival of the 2026 year, Terps and Chains at Post Oak Lodge, the same venue that will be the site of the first ever Rock-A-Vet Festival, Music is Medicine Festival, coming up Memorial Day weekend. We also went to a 2-day show at the Vanguard this past weekend. Was able to make it up Saturday for the 2 Minutes to Tulsa event, where we saw our good friends in Atrophy and made a couple of new ones as well. So I tell you what, folks, let's go ahead and start getting into the show. But before we do that, we're going to pay some bills. First up, we got DEB Concerts, who always answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! Yes, and Rocky will be doing at Rocklahoma 2026 as part of the DEB concert stage inside of the Roadhouse, and I've got the skinny on a couple of things that Doug has got going on this year. I can't announce them, but I am very excited to see what this year's Rocklahoma is going to look like. Now, speaking of Rocklahoma partners, we want to give a shout out to our one of our other longtime sponsors. I'm talking about At Your Service. Brett and the Pooh Crew has been putting up with all of our crap for over a decade, and he does it so well. He's the only person I know of that can supply your own portable restrooms for your campsite. Now, you can get your own portable restroom for your campsite or a swimming pool with nice, clean, clear water for Rocklahoma and Born and Raised Country Music Festivals. You can check out those services by going to atyourservicerentals.com. If you have an event, if you have maybe some construction, if you need more facilities than what you've got, don't be like that guy over there looking for a place to go poop. What are you doing over there?
Dinner was full!
Yeah, I didn't call At Your Service Rentals. We also want to thank Rocklahoma's newest sponsor, the Rocklahoma Bitches, as they have been keeping the party going for years and years. And let's not forget all of their philanthropic work with those Rocklahoma guitars. Speaking of guitars at Rocklahoma Bitches are also one of the donators of one of the grand prize guitars that we will be giving away to the Rocklahoma scavenger hunt winner. Now, before we give you that guitar that is donated by Rocklahoma Bitches, we're going to get it tagged. We're going to get it signed by all of the artists that we interact with that weekend. And we will also have one for Born and Raised for its annual scavenger hunt as well. Some things may be changing on that front, though. Make sure that you are following Surviving Rocklahoma so you stay in the loop. Now, remember, we will be in our radio booth at both festivals with our proud partner. I'm talking about Photography by Angel Lee, who has been covering Rocklahoma for over 4 years now. We're pushing 5, and she was there with us this past weekend at 2 Minutes to Tulsa, and her photos will be coming shortly, probably here in the next week or two. We'll see. And when they do, they will be posted on photographybyangellee.com. And we've got some pretty cool stuff that we're working on, Angel and I, for this year as we continue to cover the local music scene. Now, you know, on top of all of those bands that Angel has covered, well over 100, almost 200 now, one of the things she's the most proud of, however, is that she's a veteran. And speaking of veterans, we want to give a shout out to Rockavet. Now, Rockavet is the nonprofit charitable organization that we've been working with for over 6 years, and we facilitate giving concert tickets to veterans because at Rockavet, they believe that music is medicine, and they made it their mission to help our warriors, our active service personnel, our Blue Star and Gold Star families as they cope with the mental toll that comes with that sacrifice and that putting your life on the line for all of us. And we appreciate it, and we salute you. And we also are so glad that we are so excited to be celebrating with Rockavet as their first music festival at Music is Medicine Festival Memorial Day weekend this year. We'll be talking about that here in a little bit as part of the Rock Report. Now, we also want to thank the Big Old Bus for bringing a busload of debauchery to a festival near you, and you can see them at that Music is Medicine Festival that we've been talking about, and they will have their new stage set up there at the Post Oak Lodge. So we will have 2 stages going at the festival. So now is the time to go ahead and get your tickets before they sell out, because I do have it on good authority. Some other things are about to open up, and folks, this is going to be an amazing show. We also want to thank let's see where we're at. All right, yes. And we want to remember, folks, thank you for that compliment there, yes. Now, we also want to remind folks, if you want to represent the podcast, it is simple. All you got to do is check out Tannenbaumgraphics.com. Tannenbaumgraphics.com. He is one of the folks that have been helping give the Rocklahoma campgrounds a facelift in providing his graphic design for branded apparel, banners, flag businesses, or just your campsite. There's now I do have an announcement on that. I was told that he is switching the printing, folks. So it's not going to be through Printify anymore. He's going to be moving the prints to the TikTok shop. So once you go to Tannenbaum Graphics, you can click on the link on there. You can look them up on TikTok, and you can get your official Surviving Rocklahoma t-shirts and swag, including stickers, bumper stickers. Let me tell you, folks, you want to support local music? Well, support the podcasts that supports the local music, loud, local, and live. So put our sticker on your ass. We would appreciate you. You can get those at tannenbaumgraphics.com. You can also get your limited edition Camp Mardi Gras t-shirts. Look at that design for this year. I am so proud of you, Casey. Those things look awesome. I can't wait to get mine. Once again, folks, tannenbaumgraphics.com. With that being said, y'all, the final sponsor, we do this as we crack open a cold one before we crack open the show. And what are you guys imbibing on? Let me know in the comments. What are you guys sipping on or puffing on or munching on? It doesn't matter. We'd like to all have our weekly toast together. So this week, from Pryor Liquor, Wines, and Spirits, I got another beverage to sample, and it looks like I got a Belgian style white ale. This is a White Rascal, and I'm pretty excited about this one. Belgian white. When I think of Belgian white, I think of Blue Moon. So let's see what we get. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. I like that. Alrighty, folks. See you all in the comments. What's up, man? It's good to see you. You know, I was talking a little bit about our past couple of weeks. A couple of weeks ago, when we last went live, it was the week of Terps and Chains, and that festival, guys, I just can't tell you how much I love that festival. It's so laid back. I mean, what would you expect? Would you expect any less from a bunch of disc golf and cannabis enthusiasts? Well, the tournament, I'm told they broke their record with over 170 disc golf players in their disc golf tournament, which is absolutely huge. Now, we had a vendor booth there at the event. We want to thank everybody who came by and saw the booth. We were set up right next to Rockavet as we were meeting all of the attendees, as well as scoping out the venue as we get ready for Music is Medicine Festival. Again, coming up Memorial Day weekend. Yours truly will be hosting that event. We hope to see everyone there. And at the Post Oak Lodge, they do have primitive camping. There is no electric in the campgrounds. There's no water and electric hookups. So if you decide to camp at the Music is Medicine Festival, it will be primitive camping. Now, with that being said, there is a hotel on site. There are also cabins on site, and these you will be able to rent And if you get a room, you also get access to the rest of the hotel, including a swimming pool. So I tell you, it was extremely hot at Terps Chains, and we camped out in the campgrounds, and we was really wishing we would have went ahead and spent the extra money and upgraded into a hotel room so that the teenagers could go out there and swim in the pool and stay cool while the wife and I worked our vendor booth. But live and learn. So I tell you what, I think some of our friends are planning a hotel takeover at the Post Oak Lodge Memorial Day weekend, and I'm sure Christia will be rallying the troops very soon. So if you want to get you a room for the Music as Medicine Festival, there will be details coming available later this week. Now, after that festival, we attended the 2 Minutes to Tulsa event, and it was so awesome, guys. Now, it is such a change of pace because, here lately, the Rock Box has been just exploding with that heavy metal. And this was a bit of a change of pace for some of the things we've been covering here recently, as the 2 Minutes to Tulsa event was very heavy on the thrash metal, as case in point, our interview with Brian Zimmerman of Atrophy a couple of weeks ago, and it was so awesome sitting and hanging out with Brian and the rest of the guys in the band, as well as meeting a few new bands as well. There was an eclectic mix in that. Now, I didn't get to go up Friday and see my boys in Shelter in Place, but I did get to go on Saturday, where I was able to join our own rebel of photography by Angel Lee, who had already attended Friday and was there for Saturday as well. And I tell you guys, we tore it up. We were so glad to be partying with our rock family again. And there was a lot of bands in there. Now, I do have a funny story, though. So, I haven't been out in a while, okay? So, I mean, I go out to these shows for a while, but, I don't get too crazy out or anything like that because I usually have to drive home because I've got so much stuff going on. But this week I was able to go ahead and get a room up there and stay the night. Angel and I had a couple of rooms up there, so we had an amazing time. But I did learn a valuable lesson. When you are up late and all of your party buddies, I'm a firm believer in the buddy system. No, don't party alone. And case in point, everybody went to bed, and I decided I was hungry. I had that late night beer munchies, and my dumbass forgot which room I was. Welcome to Shining Hell. So, I got my food, and that was good because I had to wander the halls for a good period of time as I was trying to find my way back to the room. Dead end, floor number 2, although I have food. But the journey continued, and I tell you, perseverance is key. You gotta return to the source and follow your footsteps and remember where you came from. But you know what? I still couldn't do it right, so I hit every floor at least twice. Dead end, floor number 2. So, FYI, the gummy is kicking in. Great. The food's gone, but we're on floor number 3. For you dyslexics, you totally got that reference. For the rest, I have no idea where I am. Shortly after my phone died, that kind of makes it hard to call. Out and ate in the car and came back in and walked straight to the room. It was on the first floor. Jeez, the thing, maybe this is why I don't get out very much. But I tell you what, I had the earphones blaring as we played one of our new friends that we met earlier that night. Here is a taste from 2 Minutes of Tulsa, one of the more different change of pace to what we've been getting to feature here lately. Here is Electric Citizen.
Reflections of time.
And that was Electric Citizen with Static Fishing Gas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those folks came to Tulsa all the way from Cincinnati. And we appreciate hanging out with them, visiting and swapping stories, and we appreciate them giving permission to feature their music right here on the show. That's what it's all about, folks. Expanding your horizons, trying new music from new places that you've never really checked out their local music scene, because if it is that difficult to get on the radio here, it can't be that much easier anywhere else. And everywhere you go, every city, there is a local music scene that is vibrant and just waiting to be discovered, and that's what this show is all about. Loud, local, and live. And we appreciate all of you folks for your support, and all of the bands who submit their music to be featured in our Rock Box. Remember, folks, if you would like your music featured here on the podcast, it's simple. Just shoot us an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Now, this weekend, we are going to be at the Vanguard again. Now, I don't think I'll be staying up there this time. And if I do, I'm going to write the room number on my my wrist. I learned my lesson, y'all. That's what it's all about, surviving. We are going to be joined by the band Stitched Up Heart this weekend at that show. We've confirmed our interview. So just shortly before they play at the Vanguard, we're going to be joined by them and sit down and learn everything there is about the show. Now, we are so excited about it, not just because the wonderful Stitched Up Heart is coming to Tulsa, but a couple of our own friends are going to be playing as well. We got to hang out with two of the guys that will be playing this weekend. Brax, who was running some amazing sound at the Vanguard, and a lot of the bands are always complimentary anytime Brax is working the soundboard. Also, we got to hang out with our good friend Alejandro Farinas, and as the boys will be opening for Stitched Up Heart this weekend, that I'm talking, of course, about Between the Broken. Now, we talked to them several weeks ago. You can find that interview on YouTube. Now, we also saw on the flyer that another good friend of ours are going to be playing as well, and I think they're going to be playing a couple of other festivals as well. So I figured, you know what, we haven't featured this band in a couple of months, so I think it's time for us to go ahead and break off some Taranis.
Man's out of the picture.
Studio audience. Holy crap. Save a kiss for Taranis. You can see them this weekend at the Vanguard in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as they open up for Stitched Up Heart. I'll be there, and I believe Rebel will be there as well. So we are absolutely excited to see all of our Rocklahomies at Stitched Up Heart at the Vanguard in Tulsa. Make sure that you get your tickets now. Now, speaking of buying tickets, I think it's time to remind you folks not to snooze on the Music is Medicine Festival coming up. Let's see, here we go. The Music is Medicine Festival at Post Oak Lodge, 22nd and 23rd. That's right. Now, on-site accommodations are now available. You can book your own room or cabin. Use the code ROCKAVET, and you can find the links to those on the Rockavet Facebook group. Now, if you are a business owner, they are also looking for vendors, including cannabis vendors as well as tattoo artists. They are still looking for vendors to give you all a selection of things to see at the Music is Medicine Festival, presented by Rockavet, hosted by yours truly, the Lux that rocks, Adam Richmond. And look at this lineup. It's a 2-day festival, y'all. Friday night is headlined by a 3-time Rocklahoma alumni, Dime Store Riot, 7-Foot Monkey, Still Knocked, Stretch, Crimson Love, A Faustian Bargain, 434, Oklahoma Blood, The Recasts, Hot and Mustard, Apples of Eden, and Beggar's Whiskey will be starting things off on the big old bus stage at 1 p.m. on Friday. Now, Saturday, everything's going to start off at noon with Assault and Flattery, then Nova, Below Broadway, Tokyo Riot, Brigade, 13 Minutes, Chasing Supernovas, Perseus, Aquafire, Love the Hate, Stonebreed, and the original voice of Saving Abel, Scotty Austin, as well as our good friends in Circus. Now, guys, it's just $50 for this festival. 2 days for $50. That's $25 a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 12 bands. That's 24 bands. Yeah. Holy crap, that's like $3 a band, y'all. If I did my rhyme. You know, I went to Tahlequah, 49th in the nation for education, baby. Woo! Yeah, single day passes are available for $30. Tickets are available at rockavet.org, and I do believe that website is under construction, and the Rockavet website will be available soon. But you know that you can get the link to that event. We'll post it again here on the Facebook page, as well as the Rockavet Facebook group. Once again, that is Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd and 23rd at Post Oak Lodge in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, after that event, we will actually be at the Oh, wait, no. Where is my flyers? Dadgummit. All right, well, we'll just go the old-fashioned way. There we go. So after the festivities at Post Oak Lodge, we will be at the Venue Shrine, also in Tulsa, as we will be hosting the fundraiser to help keep the Knox free. Headlined by Storage 24, also featuring We Are Araya, Copper Steel, Stanley's Revenge, and 7 Foot Monkey. We will be also having some auctions done by Daniel Witness. So we hope to see all of our Rocklahoma family out at the Venue Shrine June 6th as we raise funds to help support Rock the Equinox Music Festival. And that music festival will be the last week of September at Lake John Wells in Stigler, Oklahoma. And it's a 2-day event, and it is free to get in. However, I think you are going to have to pay like a small camping fee this year. I think it's like $5 or so. It's just, it's getting bigger, y'all. We've outgrown the little designated area where Rock the Equinox has been for 10 years. And now, as they enter into a new decade of Rock the Equinox, they are now having to expand things. So now the hill is only for, the only people camping on the hill are going to be the vendors, so that they can be near their booths and their tents, and then all of the general camping will be in a different area now. So it's growing pain, guys. It is getting bigger and better every year. Things can't stay same forever, but for $5, you can't beat that camping, y'all. And you know what? We also are so excited about this up and coming Rocklahoma, because there is a campsite stage taking place called at the Camp Rocklaholics. If I can pull it up, I did have a flyer for you, but looks like I closed it out. Those damn gremlins. All right, let's find that here so I can show you the dadgum flyer. There it is. So, once again, that will be Camp Rocklaholics, Music is Medicine 2026, Stone Breed, Bat Allison, The Killing Inside, Snake Bite Whiskey, Beggar's Whiskey, Aquafire, Stone 24, Sacred Rose, Oklahoma Blood, Assault and Flattery, Senseless, Pasty Jenny, The Human Erase, Curb Check, A Ronin's Test, and a lot more. These are going to be taking place over the course of Rocklahoma. This will be at the Camp Rocklaholics campground stage, and we are so excited and proud of you, Remy. Congratulations on everything that you're doing with that. And speaking of, he is featuring some of our best friends, and I can no longer imagine Rocklahoma without my favorite group of Australian musicians. These guys are, I consider them Australia's answer to Motley Crue. These guys are just fun, and they are rock and roll through and through. And you know what? I tell you what, they actually just did a collaboration with one of the original members of Quiet Riot, and they're releasing their cover joined by the very own the Kelly Garney. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Snakebite Whiskey. and studio audience. Yes. I absolutely love me some Snake Bite Whiskey. Thank you so much to Scuba Steve for sending that over. And we are so excited to see them playing at the Camp Rocklaholics Campground stage at Rocklahoma. Now remember, folks, this is not a sanctioned stage from Rocklahoma. This is just a stage set up by some enthusiasts. So remember, if you head over to Camp Rocklaholics to see the live music, remember to stay gracious of your host, pick up your trash, and always keep the vibe positive. And on that note, folks, it is about the close of the hour. That means it's about the close of the show. Remember, folks, if you would like your music featured here on the podcast, it's simple. All you got to do is shoot us an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Now, fans, if you would like to have your story seen on survivingrocklahoma.com or shared on the Facebook page, we would love to see your reviews or blogs about the local music scene. Once again, rock the box, y'all. And that also goes for you veterans out there. We would love to honor our warriors, the men and women of the armed services that put their lives on the line for all of us, and that also goes for you, active service personnel, you firefighters and cops, and all of you out there keeping us all safe. We would love to honor you. So remember to rock the box. Once again, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Now, it doesn't matter where you're tuning into the program. Remember, we are simultaneously streaming across not just Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. Now remember, Facebook no longer keeps the archives of past live streams, so it is very important that you head over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And that's also where you will find all of our past interviews. Now, so remember, folks, remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Now, before we let you all go, hold up, wait a second. You guys have sat through this entire show, so we need to qualify one of you for our monthly drawing. Now, we do this because we can't monetize the stream, because we feature so much music on the show that we get copyright flagged from time to time. So we combat that by hosting the Stars War. Now, you folks can donate those stars, and those are little bits, little pennies, little pieces of cyber currency that goes into our tip jar, and that's how we help pay the bills. Now, as a thank you to top stars senders, each week will be entered into our monthly drawing, which will take place next week. So next week will be the first week of April. No fools, but we will be drawing for a prize, and I'm not sure what we've got. I will announce that on the Facebook page this week. Now, if you don't want to send stars, or you weren't the top stars sender, well, that's totally fine. You can also get automatically entered for all of the drawings here on the podcast by simply hitting that subscribe button. For $4.99, cancel anytime, you automatically get entered for all of the drawings we do here on the show. But remember, you don't have to purchase to win, because we are going to do a drawing right now to qualify for this month's drawing. And to do that, you'll have to excuse me while I play with my balls. So, I tell you what, this week, it is time for the weekly hashtag Balls of Bounty. May the balls forever be in your favor. In the comments right now, let's put in hashtag Balls of Bounty as I will pick one of these beer pong balls that has a number. And the person who uses the correct hashtag across all of the social media platforms chats. There you go. Yeah, Christy already won a few times in the last couple of months, so she's going to take a month off. While we are doing that, y'all, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. First up is DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! Yes, and he will be rocking this year at Rocklahoma as a proud partner, as well as another Rocklahoma proud partner who puts up with all of our shit. What are you doing over there?
Dinner was full!
Yeah, I didn't call at your service rentals. We also want to thank the Rocklahoma bitches for all of their philanthropic work with the Rocklahoma guitars, as well as congratulate them as being Rocklahoma's newest partner as they hosted last year's Rocklahoma Late Nights After Party series. We also want to thank the Big Old Bus for bringing a busload of debauchery, and who will be debuting their stage this year at Music is Medicine Festival Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd and 23rd. We also want to thank our proud partner, Photography by Angel Lee, who will be covering the Stitched Up Heart concert this weekend. We hope to see everybody there. Remember to check out Photography by Angel Lee as her photos will be dropping here in the coming weeks. We also want to thank Tannenbaum Graphics for everything he's been doing with our merch. Once again, that is TannenbaumGraphics.com. They have moved their print store from Printified to the TikTok shop. The link is available there on the website. And with that being said, it is, you know what? I've sat here and I've played with my balls long enough. I think it's time to pick a wiener. Who do we got? Lucky number 7. Lucky number 7. So remember, folks, this is across platforms, so mine may not exactly match up with what you've got there on your phone. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breezy Carrie Louise. Congratulations, Breezy. You have qualified. That doesn't mean you're a wiener just yet. You gotta wait till next week to find out if you won this month's prize. As you know what, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be giving away some Music is Medicine Festival tickets next week, and you just gotta stay tuned right here. But I've got homework for you over the course of the next week. More now than ever, it is crucial that we all stay on the positive side of life. And until next time, rock on.